はい。では、Lecture 12 Part 1を始めます。はい。これが Chapter 6の漢字です。You can use this slideshow to prepare for the next 漢字 test. 今、今日、今週、私、月曜日、何曜日ですか？日曜日、週末、休みの日、大きい木、木曜日。And last week, you practiced に行きます form in tutorial 1. Let's review this. Noun に行きます. This is what we practiced in earlier chapter. Place に行きます. This place indicates the destination of the movement. 大学に行きます. And you go to the university. 先生の家に行きます. Go to the teacher's house. 日本に行きます. Go to Japan. And what we did in this chapter was verb に行きます. And this verb, this action indicates the purpose of your going there, going or coming or visiting or returning. So you go to somewhere to do this activity. For example, 映画を見に行きます. So you go to see a film. 勉強しに図書館に行きます. So the verb here is する、勉強する、勉強します、勉強しに図書館に行きます. So this に indicates the place, destination, where you're going. 勉強しに and this part is telling why you're going, purpose. Go to the library to study. プールに泳ぎに行きます. You can swap the order here and you can state where you're going first. プールに to the pool. 泳ぎに to swim. Go. I go to the pool to swim. に行きます. So the form of the verb is just the stem. So you take out must from must form. Now this is new grammar for in chapter 6, grammar 5. ませんか? This is used to extend an invitation, meaning how about doing this? Why don't we do this? What do you say about doing this? For example, 一緒にジョギングをしませんか? 一緒に together ジョギングをしませんか? How about going for a jog together or with me? 明日図書館に行きませんか? 明日 tomorrow 図書館に、to the library 行きませんか? How about going to the library tomorrow? 明日行きませんか? To respond, you may want to say yes or no. And when the answer is yes, when you want to accept, はい。いいですね。図書館に行きませんか? いいですね。図書館に行きませんか? ぜひ。ぜひ is often used when being invited to someone's house. When someone offers you or invite you to their place. 明日うちに来ませんか? How about coming to my place tomorrow? ぜひ。And the last one, いいですよ. It's quite similar to the first one, いいですね. いいですね. That sounds great. いいですよ. That's fine. I can do that. It's more like giving a permission rather than accepting an offer. So that's fine. For example, someone asks you, 一緒に図書館に行きませんか? How about going there with me? Okay, that's fine. I can do that. いいですよ. And when you can't do that, すみません first you would say すみません. And then often we use the expression ちょっと. Literally it means a little, but it's more like it's a hesitation marker. その日は that day is and if you hesitate, the other person, the person you who asked you would understand. And the next one, ちょっと都合が悪くて I have other things to do. ちょっと用事があって I have errands to do. And some strategies for using this ませんか expression. When you ask, it would be a good idea to check if the hearer is available or interested. For example, 今週の土曜日は忙しいですか? Will you be busy on Saturday? いいえ、忙しくありません。じゃあ、then 映画を見に行きませんか? How about, or why don't we go to see a film? And the next one is about rejecting or saying no. We're not being able to accept. First, apologize. すみません or すいません and explain why. すみません、その日はちょっと。すみません、来週はテストがあって Next week I have a test. So in Japanese conversation, you wouldn't hear いいえ or no, I can't very often. Just let the hearer guess what you want to say. So when you say すみません or when you apologize, the person who asked you to go somewhere would understand what you want to say. Now let's practice. In the slideshow, if you click around this area, you can see the expression 映画を見に行きませんか? So what would you say to offer wine? ワインを飲みませんか? Let's go to the party together. 一緒にパーティーに行きませんか? Now, last week, we introduced て form with ください. Something てください is used when you give a direction or when you want to invite someone to do something. For example, in the presentation, you would say 見てください. Please look at this graph or this picture. And in the tutorial, lecturers would say 書いてください or 聞いてください. And a doctor may say 運動してください. Please exercise to give you a direction. And when you invite someone to do something, you can also use this expression. For example, 食べてください. Help yourself. Please eat. Please start. Help yourself. And today we learned ませんか? An expression used when you want to invite someone to do something. But the difference between てください and ませんか is that てください is more like direction. Help yourself. Do this. And ませんか asks if the hearer wants to do. 行きませんか is how about going there? It's more like let's do this together. And if you mix these two expressions, てください and ませんか, you can get an expression to make a request. 書いてくださいませんか? Would you mind writing this for me? So this expression is used when you want to ask someone to do something for you. 書いてくださいませんか? 食べてくださいませんか? When you can't finish, you would ask someone to finish your plate. 食べてくださいませんか? So くださいませんか is a formal and polite way of asking. If you want to be a bit less formal or less polite, you can use くれませんか? 書いてくれませんか? Now, 手 form です。In the lecture and also in the tutorial, you learned the rules to make 手 form from must form, but it's probably better and effective and easier if you try to memorize each forms rather than trying to generate 手 form from must form. If you think, oh, this is key, so I have to change い and add 手, you can't really speak naturally. So to use 手 form in a conversation, you really have to be able to use these form instantly. It would be a good idea to practice saying these group by group. For example, in this list, I have 2 words in this group, いてください. So, 聞いてください, 書いてください, 聞いてください, 書いてください. So repeat these expressions, repeat this. When you say this, you are producing, and also you have input from your ear. You can hear that, and if you write and read and say and hear, you can use a lot of different senses, and it's easier to memorize the forms. So familiarize yourself with each with 手 form of each verb by repeating these expressions. 聞いてください, 書いてください. And the next group is 読んでください, 飲んでください, 読んでください. When you say 読んでください, in your head, imagine someone reading something. And when you say 飲んでください, imagine someone drinking something. And last week we didn't have enough time to practice 手 form of adjectives. You will have some time in tutorial 1 this week. But the rule is very simple compared to verb. Just drop い and add くて for い adjectives. Let's see these 4 い adjectives. 大きい、大きくて、小さい、小さくて、赤い、赤くて、忙しい、忙しくて. Again, the more you pronounce these, the easier you remember. And the next one, 静かです。静かで な adjective. Just add で。きれい、きれいで。大変、大変で. This is the end of lecture 12, part 1.